for me. And I'm just getting so tired of pretending that you're not getting to me. Let's see here. How can I do that though? Why does it use such a weird color order? Well, this is one of those times where I can go in and fix it the other way. Alright, so save this. We're going in. Well, no, actually. What's it look like? What's it look like? Wait, why is it blue? Oh, because it's using those over there. Does anything just use the blue tiles on this? The water will. I can't. Wait. Oh, because it's using the second half of the palette. I forgot. I moved that over there because I was using the moving water. Which I also made. To here. And then if I do that... Fudge muffin. Alright, so... It's... What's this? Oh, that's also stars. Where's the background editor? Let's go back to the background editor and let's remove all the stars like I was saying. Because I don't need them anymore because now it's daytime, which is the entire reason that I'm doing this. Alright, so we'll make it this palette up here, which is going to be here to here. And it's going to be using this palette is 5, maybe? No, 4. There we go. And now it looks good again. So this is the stone now. And save the palette. And delete. Ah, no, don't move the ground. Delete this. And there's that. And then we clear all these out, and then you would have it looking normal again. So this would be how you would make it daylight. Next thing is, since it's not that gloomy green anymore, well, that deep green. What do I have? Is this actually part of the Yoshi Corn palette? Heck, I didn't realize it was that long of a palette. Let's make this to here. And then let's open. Okay, so this is another one I'll show you. This is EX Animation. EX Animation is extended graphics animations. Let's go to palette. I don't remember how to convert the colors. Oh, it's over here. 0B50, is that one of these? No, then that's not the right. B50, okay, this is the one that I need. So, now let's tinker with the palette animation. So now we're not using a green because, as I said, it's daylight. Or if we are, we're going to use lighter greens. Which, if that's the case, then let's go ahead and do this. So there's that. And then we'll do this to here. Actually, I need it to be lighter colors only. So I need this down to Maybe that color. So 4-3 DC. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors. So 4-3 DC, 3-3 DB. And 2 of the B50s. Which is this guy, 2-3BF, F, 2-3BF, 13FA, 1-3FA, 1-3FA, and this guy is 0-3F9, 9. And now, we make this slightly lighter. And there, now the Yoshi coin still has the shine, but the shine is lighter. To go with the fact that the day is daylight out now. So, the other thing is, I didn't do on this before, is, well, the lowest color really needs to lighten up slightly. Oh, having Control Z is so nice. These are signals that lose in my mind. Don't you have something better to your time? Alright, so there's that. Let's make the grass is lighter. That's too light, so let's make it somewhere in the middle, 135. There we go. So there's those. What's palette 3 look like on this? You're the best love stories or tragedies. This is not one of them. Are tragedies, and this is not one of them. Past love stories. But yeah, so as I was saying before I got distracted with my music, I've made a whole bunch in the past. This is me just going back on stuff that I've already done. If you want to see the full version of the actual release of this level, it's called A Stroll Under the Stars, and it's on the A2MT game ROM. You can watch Raukau play it. It was made for Raukau's Talk House, and that's where its origin is gonna be. He's still kind of dusky. Yeah, I didn't edit the palettes for the sprites when I did this before. So that's another thing we can go in and do now. So the way that I usually edit palettes for sprites is I take the brightest color and I match it to an equally bright color of one of the foreground palettes. And so and then I see what looks decent, because sometimes you can only get away with a minor tweak, and then other times you can get away with a much more significant adjustment of color. So there, now they're more washed and more in match with the scenery. And then if I really want, one thing I can do beyond that is I can match this and then do that. And then it'll be slightly greener as well, to match with the green of the foreground. That there we go. That's why. And then it's gonna be slightly greener still because I don't have the original color. Oh, why is that so dark? There we go. So those are kind of foresty colored. Likewise, I can do this. You always do a much more faint gradient when you do it on those colors because they're so light that it will have a pretty noticeable change if you do it otherwise. There we go, and there's the red. So now the spiny looks kind of like he's grassy and in kind of a grassy area. However, it does look a little bit too bright on that end. There we go. So let's do this, this, and this. And since we're already using greens, we might as well use the green middle ground palette. And just kind of wash its saturation slightly. There we go. And then I also do a similar thing with the black part of the palette, where I have like this as the black instead. What about this? Where's the Goomba? It's still not obnoxious, so that looks decent. So this would be kind of how palette tinkering goes. I can still see some flaws, like I'd probably screw around with the Yoshi coin for a lot longer if I were, you know, doing this seriously, instead of just kind of demonstrating how the program works for people. I have almost no desire to make levels anymore. I kind of feel like trash after being in that community for as long as I was. But yeah, so like this, and then I can open another H201 SMC. Okay. So then let's say I open another Lunar Magic and I can compare. And you can see kind of how much difference just adjusting a palette can do. Which goes back into why I find palettes to be heavily overlooked in level design. Open. Fire. Oh, did I overwrite the original background palette? That sucks. Crud. Alright, so, well, that's gonna make it more difficult to tell the difference. So, this. Well, first off, this was down here. I remember what this one was. And then so it was kind of like this. It was a different palette, but this one will work. And then I need the zoom to be 200%. There are some tinkers to the sprites in this that weren't in that other one that I was using. Weird. Whatever. But yeah, so as you can see, the palette can affect things a lot. Let's see here. I think this is the water, correct? Yeah, okay. So this... So we would increase the luminosity on this to like 125. And then the luminosity on this to 155, of course. Huh, that's really interesting. So these would be the kind of bits of tinkering with the palettes that, I mean, look how much it affects it. There's the star, there's a star in the sky in the thing. And then there's this. There's certain things that are from the old palette and from the new palette here. It's kind of weird. But yeah, so you'd have, the palette can affect a lot in a level. Oh, I bet it's because I'm extracting the palette files, aren't I? Oh, because that's not where I'm trying to save it to. Save level to ROM. I'm not trying to save to H201. Yep, that's what I'm doing. It's saving it to the wrong spot. Well, that explains a couple of issues I was having. Luckily, I have backups of backups of backups of backups on everything that I do, so that stuff isn't actually lost. H201.smc. Alright, so now let's go into the other thing. So how did I get stuff like this? I do a lot of screwing around with tile sets when I used to do this stuff, which uses this other program, YYCHR. YYCHR, what happens is when you hit the quick extract ones up here, it generates all the graphics into graphic dumps, which are separate little files holding different things. So we'll go to Super Mario World, to this one, and we'll go to, I don't remember what any of them are anymore. Now it'll look all scrambled because it defaults to Genesis. You have to switch to Super Nintendo, and then this looks like it's the special world map tile stuff. So the way that overworld map tiles work is a little annoying, so I'm going to dig again, see if I can hit on something that I know what to do. Okay, so this is just a regular tile thing. So this, as you can see up here, this is how the palettes are set up for sprites. It's actually going to be most likely something like this exact row. So we will go with black, will actually make sky blue, and then you make white, and then you make black, and then you make lowest color, middle color, lighter color, orange 1, orange 2. And then you can see what all of them look like. So a lot of times all I do is I just dink with a general graphic that's in there. Let's see if I can find one that's a little more useful to screw around with. I just knew that that one would at least demonstrate what I was talking about. That isn't anything that I'd want to mess with. Open 1A. This, okay, so how do I want to do this? I've done a lot with this one, but that's not what I want to do. I want to try and show what they do in newer hacks of the same type. But I'm having horrible luck because I don't remember which ones are the castle tile set. Because it has an easy one to demonstrate proof of concept with. 1F. Okay, so 1F is the forest tile. What's 1E? Overworld. What is O2? Overworld sprites. Grassland sprites, rather. Here we go. So let's take everyone's best friend, Thwomp. Actually, I'll need 2 YYCHR, I think, to make this easier. This happens a lot when you're making hacks, is you'll end up opening like 2 or 3 of the exact same program so that you can see what you're doing easier. Snez. Some sort of color, white, black. And then because the Thwomps the way they are, they're usually like that. And then this is usually pink on the gray palette. So let's delete everything. Save this as... Now to get it to include in your ROM, you have to go into X graphics instead. Name it something else. So we have 8.9. Do we have any others? We have all the way to 8F. So 9.5, we'll make it 9.6 because there is no 9.6 yet. So we'll make the swamp. And then we'll do this. And then... How do I flip? I forget. There we go. So this is just the basic swamp. I don't really need his face. I just don't. And then I will select over here. And we will use this tool. We'll absorb this color. Like I said, I don't need these colors. And then we'll get rid of the eyes as well, because again, I don't need them. We'll get rid of them completely. Then we'll go here in the middle. Now, swamps are weird because they do have face graphics just defaulted on them, but they use a different spot face graphics as well. So this would be essentially a stone block. So we'll save this, and then I gotta go dig for the next item. Open! Graphics. I know. Let's see here. 4. What's in 4? I don't really need anything from that one. I need... So this is cave, is this regular overworld? It's overworld background. What's OF then? General game sprites 1A. That's the underground. So is 1C. That's the one I just looked at, rather. So what about 1.5? That sounds familiar. Yeah, okay. So this is the standard overworld kind of graphics. So what we're gonna do, and why I expanded this, is because we're gonna make essentially a giant moving platform out of stone, Luigi. I'm not actually going to use it anywhere in the game. I'm just going to demonstrate this is a thing that newer games do, especially in like the vanilla level design contest. They'll do this because it's a way of demonstrating the your skills as a sprite editor as well. I mean, I can really just overwrite these and then go in and make the other in match. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this would be black 2, white 2, black 3, color. Actually, it would be green, red, orange, 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 I forget, how's the... I missed one. Because this should be orange, 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 orange,